Everyone. I am the student of Kailis Education Society Ankola, B.Ed first year student. Today I am going to share with the topic state government. This chapter will be learning about the nature of the state legislature, the legislative assembly, Vidhan Sabha, and the legislative council, Vidhan Sada, membership and function, the nature of the state executive, the governor, his qualification and function, the appointment, the chief minister and his function. The Union of India comprises of 29 states and 6 union territories. The state governments follow the model of the central government and thus have the legislature, executive and judiciary. The state government has the power to frame laws on subjects under the state list and implement them. Some states have two houses like the parliament, whereas some states have only one lower house, legislative assembly. Now we'll see one by one what is legislative assembly. The state legislature is composed of the governor and the two houses. The upper house is called Legislative Council, Vidhan Parishad, and the lower house is called Legislative Assembly, Vidhan Sabha. The Legislative Assembly has representative of the people, whereas the Legislative Council has representative from various fields. Now we'll see what is Vidhan Sabha Assembly. The strength of the Vidhan Sabha depends on the population of the state. The maximum members of the seats of any Vidhan Sabha could exceed 500 or below 60. The governor can nominate one member from Anglo-Indian community if he feels that they are not represented properly. However, the number of the seats in small states is less. Example, in Mizoram and Goa, there are 40 members each. The Vidhan Sabha in Karnataka has 225 members. 224 members are elected, whereas one Anglo-Indian is nominated by the governor. We'll see what are the qualifications for legislative assembly members. They should be the citizen of India. They should have completed 25 years of age. They should not be employed in any office of the profit of the government. They should not be punished by any court. They should not be unsound mind. They should not be an insolvent. They should possess the qualification as decided by the parliament from time to time. Now we'll see what is the term of office. The members of the Legislative Assembly, that is Vidhan Sabha, elected for 5 years. However, assembly may be dissolved before the expiry of the full term on the recommendation of the cabinet. At that time, the state will be under president's rule. If the member do not intend to continue in the assembly, they should submit their resignation to the speaker. Now we'll see what are the powers and function of the legislative assembly. The powers of the legislative assembly has the power to frame laws relating to the subject mentioned in the state legislative or concurrent list. Their financial powers. The legislative assembly has financial powers. Next we will see legislative power. The state executive is responsible to the legislative assembly. What are the electoral powers? The elected members of the legislative assembly has the power to elect the president. The other powers are the members of the legislative assembly discuss bills passed by the parliament. Now we'll discuss about the Vidhan Parishad or legislative council. The upper house of the state legislature is called the legislative council. Now what are the qualifications of the MLCs? They should be a citizen of India, should have completed 30 years of age, should possess all the qualifications required for MLA. Term of the office of the members is 6 years. Every 2 years, half of the members of the Legislative Council retire. The Speaker and the Deputy Speaker are chosen from among the members. The Speaker assumes chairmanship during the proceedings of the House and ensures dignity and the decorum of the Governor. The process of creation of an act. First reading. The person who tables the bill reads out the text loudly. During the text reading, discussion can be taken. The House can either approve or reject. During the third reading, the House can discuss to the rally or bill of the rally. The financial powers, the Legislative Assembly has greater powers over finance than the Legislative Council. Administrative powers, the Legislative Council does not have much control over administration. It can obtain information. Discretion powers, the Legislative Council carries on debates about the government's program. Now we'll see about the state executive. What is the state executive? It comprises the governor, chief minister and the council of ministers. The cabinet it is called. The chief minister as its head as the real executive authority. The governor can exercise his authority either directly or indirectly. Now we'll see about the powers and the qualification and term of office of the governor. The president nominates the governor on the recommendation of the prime minister and his cabinets. The qualifications are: should be a citizen of India, should not be less than 35 years of age, should not hold any office of profit under the government, should not be member of either parliament or state legislature. If he is a member of either, he should resign. He has the powers and functions: executive power, legislative power, financial power and judicial power as well. Legally, all executive powers belong to the governor. The governor is the executive head and appoints the ministers on the advice of the chief minister. The governor has the power to summon, postpone or dissolve the assembly on the advice of the chief minister. Finance bill cannot be presented in the legislative assembly without the permission of the governor. Discretionary powers. The governor uses his discretionary power while appointing the chief minister of the state. State Council of Ministers. Our constitution provides for a council of ministers with the chief minister as its head. The chief minister is the head of the state government. Success or failure of the state government depends on his personality. Functions and powers of chief minister. Now present chief minister is Basavaraj Bommai. He prepares able list of ministers and send it to the governor. He allocates protofiles to the ministers. He can also change the protocols allotted to ministers. He has the power to remove those ministers who are not loyal to the government, act against the council of ministers or have formulation of policies. He has the power to coordinate and supervise the working of all the departments. I hope you have understood this chapter. Thank you for listening this chapter. Hope you have enjoyed. Thank you once again.